I'd like to go ahead and call to order the October 12, 2016 meeting of the Ascension Parish Joint Planning and Zoning Commission. All members are present except for Mr. Dumas, who, as I stated previously, was caught in Charlotte and could not get home on time. Item number 3 is the chairman's comments. Chair has no comments at this time, so we'll go to item number 4, a public hearing to recommend the approval or denial to the Parish Council to consider the following: zoning review ID PZ-1075.16, Lot A1 of the Cloverdale subdivision for Craig Smith. This is located at the west side of Louisiana Highway 73, north of Southwood Village Avenue, to amend the Ascension Parish zoning map from mixed use 2 to small planned unit development, or a SPUD. Ms. Lanu, are you here on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name's Erin Lanu. I'm a local attorney, and I've been helping this developer with this project, guided them through the legal process. And I have with me Mr. Craig Smith and Ryan and Nicole Finnan, and they are developing this track. It is a SPUD application, which, as you know, is you kind of know what you're getting with the SPUD application. They've shown in the drawings what they're doing. The reason why they need a zoning change is just because they want to put a dog or pet daycare in one of the buildings, and the current mixed use 2 does not allow it, although it does allow a veterinarian clinic that houses dogs for lodging, but just because there's no veterinarian here is why we're here. The other buildings are going to be used for professional offices, and that does fit mixed use 2. It fits within that use, so that's why we're here. I'm happy to answer any more questions. I do defer to the engineer that's here. He knows a lot more about the technical drawings, and he's worked with the staff more than I have. So, thank you.
Staff comments, Mr. Brock?
Yes, Ms. Lanu is correct. Our recommendation is to accept the small plan unit development as submitted, but uses should be listed. It is not recommended to allow all uses that are permitted in a mixed-use corridor. But I can tell you that since then, he has revised the plan, and it just states that a doggy daycare will be allowed in that building 1, and then all uses that are just allowed in MU2 would be MU2 would be allowed in those other buildings.
So we can recommend to limit the use of
Yes,
that one
sir.
building to make it fit into the SPUD.
Yes, sir. Correct. Yes.
We'll go ahead and open a public hearing on this. Has anyone signed up to speak on this? No, sir. All right, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing on this. Any comments by the commissioners or a motion?
Can I ask him a question? Lance, because I'm just curious, because I know we've had this issue come up before with the zoning request.
Mm-hmm.
We've had this issue come up before with the zoning request where I think we're in agreement that the proposed use for the property was acceptable, but we had to deny it because we could not limit the potential uses in the zoning, and now you're telling us here we can. Can you explain to us what the difference is? I assume it has something to do with the specific designation, but just for my edification.
Sure, that's correct, because they're asking for a SPUD, it's a small plan unit development. That's the reason why. It's an actual condition zone, rezone, I guess you could say. And you could limit the uses for that district based on it being a SPUD.
So would this have been, just curious, in those other instances we had, would this have been an option we could have, or the developer or person seeking the rezoning in that case could have gone with, that would have allowed us to approve their project but limit it to just that specific issue?
Some. The reason why is because some, let's say for instance, last month, we can't do a SPUD for industrial properties, so
Okay.
that kind of takes it out. Another thing is there's a minimum lot size. You have to be at least 2 acres in order to make that request. So if it's not, doesn't fit those things, that we can't,
So the
can't be
person
done.
who wanted to buy the house on 73 to do the home office thing, that wouldn't have applied?
Yes, sir,
for
correct,
this.
because of the amount of property that was there.
All right. Just hoping we had found a way to maybe get around
Yes,
another
sir.
issue we needed.
Right.
All right.
Any other comments or questions by the commission? If not, do we have a motion?
I move to approve.
All right, motion by Mr. Foster, second. Second. By
Is that
Mr. Bishop.
contingent upon him listing the
I think
use?
he's already done it. Hadn't he already done it? Listed the doggy daycare?
Yes, sir, it's on the plat. That's what will be sent to the council for a recommendation.
All right. So the motion by Mr. Foster is to recommend approval to the council. Second by Mr. Bishop. All in favor?
Aye.
Any in opposition? Hearing none, the motion passes, and the SPUD is recommended to the parish council. All right, do we have and we'll just go, if it's good with the commission, we'll just go right from adjourning here to calling to order. Can we do that, Cody? We don't need to take a
Yeah,
formal break.
that's fine. We'll-
Calling to order the zoning
And
commission.
unless the TV staff needs to take a break for any reason.
Yeah, he's yelling no.
They're saying
We're
no.
good to go. Okay.
No,
Saying no.
he said no. We need to
Okay.
take a quick break.
We need a motion to adjourn and take a quick break. Motion by Mr. Bishop. All in favor?
Aye.
Joint commission meeting is adjourned.